Hi, I'm John Harris with Politico. Time to turn the table once again with David Gregory, host of NBC's Meet the Press. David, a new poll out this week by Pew, highly respected organization, finds that up to a third of Republicans believe falsely that President Obama is a Muslim. Why does this perception persist?
Well, I think there's something about our media climate that allows an illegitimate claim like this to gain some connective tissue and to proliferate within a certain segment of the media and therefore of the public, where people actually believe something that's untrue and has been said to be untrue time and time again. I think it fits into a larger narrative, which is an attack on Obama, an effort to delegitimize him as somehow being a foreigner, a Muslim, an enemy at some level of the United States. All, of course, ridiculous claims fueled by those who dislike him, and again, who keep this alive because of that connective tissue. You know, it's interesting. There's a certain nuanced aspect even to Obama, to his life experience, to his presidency, where on the one hand he reaches out to the Muslim world to try to forge better relationships. On the other hand, he is even more robust than his predecessor when it comes to operating a covert war against Muslim extremists, terrorists in areas like Pakistan and Afghanistan. So there's some opponents of Obama who don't like him, who aren't able to reconcile all of these things together and somehow want to paint him with this brush.
David, after weeks of avoiding the question, of course last week President Obama did intervene and weighed in with his opinion about that mosque near Ground Zero in Manhattan. Do you think, having watched the reaction, that this White House, if they could do it over again, would have handled that differently?
Well, it may be, but it's just such a perversion. You know, General Petraeus tells his troops in Afghanistan who are fighting for America to live your values. And President Obama, in support of the mosque, has said the same thing, which is to say that the United States of America is a place of tolerance, of religious tolerance. We are not what Osama bin Laden is. And somehow, you know, he's been dragged into this as being part of the problem. He's also created some political problems for himself by then backtracking from that position by saying he's not commenting on the wisdom of the actual site. So this debate will go on, and it's gone on in other parts of the country, and I think people feel very strongly about it. In some ways, I think conservative critics of the administration would like to raise this as an issue to make it something of a foreign policy challenge for the president. And other Republicans, especially those in leadership, think this is incredibly damaging to the party. Not only does it make Republicans look intolerant to raise this issue of the mosque, but it also detracts from what is the primary attack line against this administration, and that is the role of government, the issue of the economy, and what the government has done to deal with it.
David, this Sunday's Meet the Press, what do you have in store for us?
Well, we want to look at this in a broader context and look at how the referendum on Obama and the Democrats is really taking center stage at the end of the summer as these midterm races are heating up, and really look at some of the issues that voters are going to be voting on when it comes to the fall. Mitch McConnell will join me exclusively to talk about the Republican plan for the future. We'll also have a debate on the impact of the Tea Party with Jennifer Granholm, the governor of Michigan, and Dick Armey, who's behind the Tea Party movement. And then our roundtable will examine the president's performance through all of this and this ongoing debate about the mosque.
Thank you, David. See you soon.
Okay.